What is currently happening, programs? Welcome to The Grid, where I'll be bringing you this week's news in VR. It's Friday the 28th of April 2017, and all I can say this week is the hype has been fulfilled. We've got Wilson's Heart in neo-noir black and grey, Batman Arkham VR, Star Wars The Last Jedi VR, Alien in Utero, the 360 experience, and much more. Today, I'm going to cover off the main events to keep you in the loop. So stay locked, crush that like button, enjoy, and welcome to The Grid.
What is currently happening, YouTube? Facepalm here, your friend in Oz and NZ, bringing you reviews, tutorials, and game clips, minus the shit. You can follow me on Twitter at Facepalm with a 1, not an L. As for here on YouTube, if you like what you find, then like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to bring your game face. Let's get it done.
Ooh, it's f***ing here. Wilson's Heart is here. Twisted Pixel Studios has this week brought us a fully fleshed out neo-noir style black and grey game with engaging mechanics, immersive environments, and characters that you can latch onto. The reviews on the full game from all the major sites have come in and they all seem to sing its praises. On top of that, the VR community seems to agree. Sorry, by VR community, I mean the Oculus VR community in this case, as it's an Oculus exclusive. Ah, f*** off. They funded the game, let them have it. If I paid to build something, I'd expect to sell it and make money. Same shit. Moving on from that old chestnut, during my playthrough, I did find that although the teleporting was kind of okay, the fixed viewpoint was a little restricting in that while you could turn around 360 degrees, if you move slightly off center, for example to lean right forward and inspect something, or to the sides, the screen blurs to prevent you going out of bounds, I suppose. But what this did was give me a feeling of being stuck in a tiny little invisible box. I did get used to it though, so it wasn't a biggie, and I'm hoping this does get patched at some point. I'll have a full review of the game up this week, so if you want a full breakdown of the good and the bad, then stay tuned for that one. All in all though, an epic experience and one that lives up to 90% of the hype in my opinion, which, as far as hype is concerned, is actually really difficult to accomplish. The game is available now on the Oculus Store, and for your $39.99 US or $62.99 Australian, you get approximately 10 hours of bleak scenarios and grim atmospheres to satisfy your psychological thriller-themed VR itch. And there is also a competition Oculus is running on their Instagram account where you can go in the draw to win a Rift with touch and a copy of Wilson's Heart by solving a set of clues from their posts and then putting the code you piece together from those clues into a number lock on the Twisted Pixel Games website. Just be aware that this is for US and Canada residents only, unless you use freight forwarding. Though regardless of where you are in the world, I'd suggest giving this puzzle a go because it's quite a unique way to enter a competition in its own right. Speaking of grim atmospheres, Batman Arkham VR has swung in on the grapevine, via grappling hook obviously, and is also living up to the hype we expected. And me personally, I absolutely loved it. I love the grim Gotham City atmospheres from my favourite Batman game series, based on my favourite Batman story arc. The characters and their scale from Batman to Penguin to Croc, being face to face with the Joker, the fucking Batmobile up close was insane, and the game mechanics themselves, including the teleport system and grappling hook system, all work really well. There wasn't any fight scenes though that you can take part in as such, but the detective aspect of the game definitely kept me involved and suited me fine, as I'm more of a story driven player over a button mashing fanatic. Yep, this is not a full game, but for 20 bucks, considering other things I've spent 20 bucks on, to be able to stand in these environments and soak it all in was astounding to me. I definitely understand though that will be different for some, as some players can get their value just appreciating the environments and absorbing the storyline with a medium level of interaction, while others need more fast-paced, in-your-face gameplay to keep them engaged. For me though, I'm happy just to be there for a couple of hours, appreciate the atmosphere and the scale, mess with shit, solve problems, and unlock more info and character models. To me, this is what all these shitty 360 experiences of late should be like. at a minimum. But as far as this experience goes, in my opinion, a solid 9 out of 10 will go insane again. You'll see what I mean. Nokia has announced a multi-year partnership with the now Disney-owned Lucasfilm Studios to bring us all a Star Wars The Last Jedi VR experience. Experience is the key word here, as this will be more of a behind-the-scenes look at the production of the movie, and will drop you right into the sets of your favorite Star Wars locations and environments. But why partner with Nokia, you ask? Well, the raw 360 footage will all be captured on the Nokia OZO camera, which is capable of capturing a ball-tingling, eyeball-tingling, who am I kidding? Ball-tingling. I meant a ball-tingling 195-degree field of view, 360-degree stereoscopic image at 4K resolution per eye. And you can own one of these for a lazy $40,000 US. So if you don't own one already and your dinner plates are made of gold, then yeah, just go out and buy one on a whim. We don't have a release date for this VR experience as yet, but I'm sure it will be before the December 15th release date later this year of The Last Jedi movie. And as a little non-VR related fact for you Star Wars fans, the final installment in this trilogy has been set for a release of May 29th, 2019, so expect a closure to the entire saga at that time. And given that this Nokia Lucasfilm deal is multi-year, expect VR content for that final movie also. Speaking of 360 experiences, Alien in Utero was released by Ridley Scott's VR studio, RSA VR, this week on Wednesday the 26th of April, which is otherwise known as Alien Day. Well, as of last year it is anyway, and it's a free VR companion experience to the upcoming Alien Covenant movie, which is set to release on May the 19th. You're put in the perspective of a neomorph being born from inside a host's stomach while someone is trying to escape the room before you burst out of the host. And in typical Alien fashion, you burst out of the host in a shower of blood, and the rest is history. I'd say spoiler alert here, but the experience lasts about 90 seconds and there's not really much to spoil. It's all pretty self-explanatory and it is actually pretty decent. I did think this was a lot better than all the 360 videos I've had the discomfort of watching in low-ass resolution PlayStation 2 style graphics recently, and this makes me happy because I love the Alien franchise, and to me, just because something is in VR and just because it's created by a director's studio that I like, it doesn't make it good by default. If shit's low resolution and the story is rubbish, it could be all the VR in the world, but it's still a rubbish story with shit resolution. In my opinion, the Alien in Utero experience is a step in the right direction and can be watched through the Oculus video app on the Rift or Gear VR right now for free. And briefly, Tridef have released their VR specific app which lets you watch your favorite movies and play your 2D games in stereoscopic 3D on a screen inside Tridef itself. This means you no longer need the Tridef 3D app and big screen or virtual desktop to do this, so you'll save yourself some coin there. Though this app is a timed exclusive to MSI product owners, so unless you own an MSI gaming laptop, PC, graphics card or motherboard, then not yours. And before you get the pitchforks out, remember that the company dropped support for the Rift a while back, but now that Tridef has its own VR app, it is supporting the Rift. Until then though, I'll just keep using my Tridef 3D app as it is, and if you want to see what that does, then check the description below for a link to my DeadSpace in Stereoscopic 3D VR video. Also, Oculus have announced that they won't have a booth at this year's E3 conference, which sounds alarming initially, but if you consider the astronomical costs of one of these booths, then it kind of makes sense that they do their own thing through their own avenues, like the Facebook F8 or Oculus Connect events. They can save themselves a whole lot of coin there, still get good exposure, and then put the money into improved experiences moving forward. I actually think this is quite smart if that's the reason, and I don't mind so much, as long as the content keeps coming. And finally, for those of you who enjoy super sampling to increase the graphic fidelity of your Oculus games and apps, the Oculus Debug Tool has been updated to 1.14, and you can find it on your PC already by going to the folder listed on the screen now, or you can check the description for a link. And that's this week in VR on the Grid. If you have more you would like to add, then hit me up in the comments below and let's discuss. And if you like this video, then crush that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!
Thanks for watching today's video. Just remember you can follow me on Twitter at facepalm with a 1, not an L. As for here on YouTube, if you like what you find, then like, comment and subscribe, but don't forget to bring your game face. Facepalm out.